Hello and namaste everyone. Welcome back to the To Be Free episode where we are discussing different pathways to health, happiness and harmony. Today we are going to talk about a very important aspect of our lives where we all go through lots of fears. Fears from the past, fear about the future, nightmares that wake us up in the middle of the night, daymares that of course haunt us during the daytime. And we all go through this because of our attachment to people, places, experiences. And it is important for us to understand the dimensions of our existence to really overcome these nightmares, these traumas, these fears that bother us in our lives at different phases. Some people go through worries about the loved ones that they have lost. Some people go through worries about the loved ones that they may lose in the future. Some people worry about the experiences they had in the past and that the experience may not be happening again in the future, and they try to relive those experiences. And then of course, many of us also go through phases of life where we change places and environments, and either they come with positive, peaceful experiences or sometimes traumatic, painful experiences. To understand this, first we need to know who is experiencing this and what are different aspects of our life a little bit closely. In fact, first let's understand different stages of our existence in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life, we all know about this reality which is called awakening state, the state where we are awake, the state where we can see through our eyes, we can experience things through our senses. And most of us take it granted for that this is the most important experience. But now there is another experience which we all go through. That experience lasts for about 8 to 9 hours during our sleep. And that experience in the sleep is the dream state. And most of us go through those dreams in our sleep. And then there is the third state of our existence, which is deep sleep, which of course very few of us get these days because our minds are so distracted and disturbed, and our subconscious minds are filled with so much of material, information, data, experiences, emotions. All of these, of course, keep our subconscious super active, going up and down like this, resulting on these dreams, resulting in restlessness, resulting in sleeps which are not really deep enough. But there is that state of consciousness called deep sleep. And then there is a fourth dimension which many of us do not know, which is beyond this awakened state, beyond the state of dream, beyond the state of sleep, which one can actually experience and realize something profound. Now, these four experiences in the ancient wisdom are called in different terms using the language Sanskrit. We call them as Jagritavastha, which means the state where we are awake, and the state which is Swapnavastha, which is the dream state, and the state called Sushupti-avastha, which is the deep sleep state, and then the state called Turiya-avastha, Turiya state, which is the state of consciousness which is beyond all these three states, where the body and mind are completely transcended. Now, before we go to the word transcendence and all of that, let's examine what happens to you as a person in all these states. Are you still alive? Are you still aware? You are. You are aware, of course, a lot during the awake state. You are also aware of your dreams, of course, not right at that moment, but after you get up from the sleep. And there is somebody who experiences that dream state. And many times we take the dream state to be real. We get up in the morning and we get sometimes very disturbed or very enjoyable. because we think that the dream was real. We sometimes hope that the dream becomes real. And of course, we also hope that sometimes that dream doesn't become real. And then we also experience very fractionally the state of deep sleep, which is Susupti state. And when we get out of that state, we feel so fresh, energized. And we know that we went into that state of, like, even, if you take those power naps sometimes, where you just get into that zone and then you just come out of it and you feel like recharged. And that is the state where you have been into that state of kind of nothingness, but then you come out and then you feel charged. So there is this something that is experiencing all these states, and that something is your true self. Now, to explain this to you nicely, I will share with you an incident that happened with an ancient king. His name is Janaka. This was thousands of years back in what is called Treta Yuga, the period of time which is probably 10,000 years old. And at that time, King Janaka, who was ruling a big kingdom, leading a very pious and a very beautiful life, one day he goes into the sleep and then he suddenly wakes up. He suddenly wakes up from the sleep and then he starts shouting, "Is this the truth or is that the truth? Is this the truth or is that the truth?" And then, of course, the queen wakes up with him and she tries to console him, persuade him, but no response. He keeps asking the same question, "Is this real or is that real?" So the queen obviously gets very worried and she calls in all the people in the palace, and they also invite a spiritual teacher, master, guru. I think it is Vasishta Muni, sage Vasishta, who was invited to come down to take a look at the state of the King Janaka. And of course, being a spiritually elevated soul, the sage looks at Janaka and understands his plight. And he realizes that king just had a nightmare. And in that nightmare, King Janaka, who was a king, suddenly becomes a pauper and is roaming in the streets of the kingdom. There is no food to eat. And at that time, while he's begging for food, somebody gives him some food and he's about to take that food, and then there is this crow that comes and just hits the food away and takes that food away from his hands, and of course the food spills down and he starts crying in hunger, in poverty. And from that state, he gets out of that dream, gets out of that sleep, and then starts worrying that he has lost everything. And that is why he's asking, is this real or is that real? Because that reality he experienced in that dream was so profound that he thought that was real. And then he's looking, of course, here, the palace, the queen, and he's seeing this as a reality too. So he's confused. What is reality here? Is that real or is this real? And the sage, of course, tries to persuade him, and he gives him a very simple but yet powerful answer. He says, that is not real, this is not real, but you are real. Now, who is that you? Is that this physical body? Is this mind which is filled with thoughts and emotions? Or is there something else? Now, let's pause there for a second and rewind back. Remember, we were talking about the person who is experiencing all these states. That observer, that person, that being that is experiencing the state of awaken, that is experiencing the dream state, and that is experiencing the deep sleep state, that is the real you. So please understand that the experiencer, the person who is experiencing, is different from all these experiences. So our life is nothing but a bundle of experiences. An experience called dream, an experience called awake state, an experience called deep sleep. Now, how do you catch that observer? Of course, that is where the beautiful ancient Sukshma meditation comes into the picture. Sukshma is a way of helping us clear these layers of cloud, clear these clutters that have accumulated and conditioned us over a period of time, to make us believe that this is the reality or that is the reality. Whereas just now we realize that both are not the reality. Both are just passing clouds. Both are passing phases in your life. And unfortunately, what we do is we get stuck to these experiences, to these material objects, to this flesh and blood, and we think that this is real. And we go through pain, suffering, trauma in this life. So the root cause of most of the suffering that we go through in this life is lack of understanding of the reality, lack of understanding of ourselves, lack of understanding of these different states of our existence. We are so busy in our lives, we don't even pay attention. We just get up, we get to our stuff, family, life, work, running after everything in life, and then again we get tired, we go to sleep, we go through these dreams, we don't make a sense of these dreams, of course, and we keep accumulating all these layers by layers by layers of experiences, and we get stuck and entangled in these experiences. And this entanglement is what we think life is all about. But ancient sages like Sunitama helps us break that cycle, detangle that clutter, and help us experience that you, experience that I. We talked about this I many times. That I, which is beyond the conditioning, beyond the experiences, beyond the places, beyond all these attachments and detachments. That I is the reality. And that I can be experienced when we transcend all these three states, which takes us to the Turiya state of consciousness. The Turiya state is the state which is beyond this. It's completely devoid of these experiences, where you just exist. You just exist. That is also called as a state of pure awareness. Our day-to-day awareness is cluttered with these experiences. Yes, you become aware of somebody and immediately there are memories that kick off. Our life is unfortunately driven by these memories. Our life is stuck in the entanglement of these memories or the worries. Memories or the worries. This is where we are stuck in between. Now, pure awareness is where that awareness is devoid of these experiences. It is as it is. You are just simply aware, 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 aware. And as you just go deeper and deeper into that simple, pure awareness, you will start to letting go of this body. You will start to letting go of this mind. You start to letting go of all these distractions in form of thoughts and emotions. And you slowly start to settle down into that awareness. You can observe me now as I am just drawing myself into this awareness. Yes, I am speaking, but I am in that awareness. In that pure awareness. And this awareness, as you continue for a period of time, it becomes clean. It is easy for me now, but if you asked me the same question 15 years back, no way. I had no knowledge, no experience of this pure awareness, which I am able to tune in a fraction of a second. All that happened because of my journey with an ancient sage, Sunita Amma, who helped me to declutter, to detangle from this mess called the experiences emotions of the life, where now I'm just a witness to these experiences, witness to these states of consciousness. Ancient series like Sunitama are completely aware of all these states of consciousness. I used to, in fact, get a lot of dreams in the past, 15 years back. I used to also get up with nightmares, worries about life. But now, there is no dreams. Even if I get dream, it is mostly about an event that may have happened just before my sleep. If I've read something or if I've spoken to something, I usually have that aspect in my dream in a very light way, and I know that it was just a remnant of that last experience before I went into sleep. Do you see how beautiful the mind is? If you can keep your mind clean, empty like a tape, you used to have those tape recorders, videotapes, cassette recorders, where there is a tape is empty and then you start pressing a button and you can record on top of that. Mind is like that empty tape. But unfortunately, we have recorded multiple times on top of the same thing. Recording over recording over recording. What happens? You don't know it is the original recording. You're stuck in all the recordings in life. That is what is happening. So many people are going through so much of trauma, anxiety, depression, emotional worries, emotional trauma is because you are not sure which of those recordings that happened in past is the reality, just like King Janaka has gone through. We are all living in the delusion, my dear friends. And Sukshma meditation with ancient series like Sunita Amma cleans that tape, empties the tape so that you can go back to the source and you now can become the master of your life. You can write what you want and you can erase what you want. That's true meditation, where you're cleaning your mind from all these impressions every day so that when you get into that sleep, you get perfectly sound sleep with no dreams. And when you get a sleep like that, your body is so recharged and refreshed. And you don't need 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Yes, I know there is a recommendation out there. You got to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep or 9 hours of sleep. I sleep only for 5 hours. I'm not recommending that you sleep for 5 hours. But over a period of time, my practice of meditations has helped me to get to the state where I just get in and get out with completely refreshed mind and body. And then I get into my practice of yoga and meditation every single day. So, my dears, understand these 4 states of consciousness. Understand what is reality and be aware of these 4 states. Don't get jumbled up with the past or the future. Be in this present moment, pure awareness. Okay? So now let's do a 10-minute quick meditation. Always bring that smile. I hope you're practicing those smiles. Pay attention to your breath. Breathe and smile. Deep inhalations. Deep exhalations. Inhalation. Exhalation. Initially, we need a little bit of audible, deep breathing. We just want to bring that mind to the center because we are so distracted in day-to-day world. Naturally, you don't need these types of breathing exercises, but because we are living in such a chaotic state of our existence today, we unfortunately have to push a little bit, and that is where all these simple exercises, tapping exercise, right? Simple tapping. All these are simple tips and tricks to cheat your mind and your body. Otherwise, as Sunita Amma says, this monkey mind, this intoxicated elephant called body, they just entangle us. Rub, rub, rub. Bring attention. All you're doing is you're bringing attention to your body. That is the first step, bringing awareness to your body. Relax your shoulders anytime before practicing meditation. Relax. Relax your neck, rounding of your neck. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Now draw that infinity sign with your chin, please. Very important exercise. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Just press your head temples, releasing any tension from your head. Press your forehead. Press your right side. Press your left side. Simple, subtle exercises. Fold your palms like this. Neck. Chin. Ears. See, like this. Simple exercises. See, by this time, you have brought awareness to your body. You have released any tension or stress from your physical body. Of course, there are so many exercises, but because of brevity of time, we try to keep it simple. Okay? Now, if you feel any stress again, still a little bit of stress, let's blow it all out. See, you blow out all the stress. Now just do the fun breathing exercise called munching the air balls. Okay? So this is how you do. Another very powerful exercise. Another good exercise to break these entanglements of emotions. We run after pleasures, we run away from pain. We want happiness, we run away from sadness. But it is important to realize that these are just dualities running between pain and pleasure, and we get tired and frustrated. The goal is to come to the center, catch that eye. This is a simple exercise that you can do called Scrunch and Smile. Okay, this is how you do it. Scrunch as if you don't like this. Smile and breathe away. Scrunch. Okay. Now just sit back, relax, and let's do a quick 5-minute meditation here. Bring that subtle smile on your lips. Never lose that smile. Take nice deep inhalations and exhalations. 5 deep inhalations and exhalations. Now slowly come back to your normal breathing and start to spread that smile from top of your head to tip of your toes, back of your head, neck, shoulders, between your shoulder blades, arms, palms, tip of your fingers, back to your shoulders, backbone, vertebral column, spinal cord, lower back, hips, knees. All your attention is on your right foot, tip of your toes. Place 5 candles or 5 lamps or diyas on top of your toes. Light them up. Toe by toe, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, and the last little toe. Beautiful light coming from your right foot. Absorb that. Pay attention to your left foot. Place 5 candles or lamps on your 5 toes of your left foot. Beautiful lamps, you're lighting them now. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, and the last little toe. 5 toes, 5 beautiful lamps sending that light towards you. Absorb that light. The beam of light from your left foot and the right foot are merging at your navel. Going inside your tummy is filled with that light. Spread that smile and light to all your organs inside your tummy. Spreading that smile and light to your stomach, intestines, kidneys, liver, lungs, pancreas, spleen, every organ. Showing gratitude. Say thank you to all the organs that are supporting you. Self-love, self-gratitude. Very powerful. All your attention is now moving to your heart. Stay there. Let go of any distractions. Realize that past is dead. It's gone. It's not real. Future, you don't know. Uncertain. But this present moment is certain. This is real. This moment of pure awareness, taking each moment at a time, going from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. Being in the now, 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 now. Whole body is relaxing. Your mind is purifying. Your true self is awakened now. That is real. Just observing. Enjoying that inner bliss. That bliss is your true nature. Stillness, fullness, oneness. Continue in this state however long you want.